What's up guys, Rocco here, welcome back to another video, and the title of today's video is Do Not Meet with Another Prospect Until You Watch This Video. So what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit of neuroscience in this video, and because you need to understand why a sale takes place. Why does a sale happen? So this is a drawing of a brain, and there's three parts to a brain that lead the prospect to the sale. So the first part of the brain is the reptilian brain, and that's right here. And what the reptilian brain does is it is the curious brain. It gets your attention. So it's also called, some people call it the croc brain, like the crocodile brain, because it's the oldest part of the brain. It was from, it's instinctual, it was from the dinosaur era. So like PTSD, like that is kind of how they're kind of related, because your brain remembers. It's the oldest part of the brain, and it also remembers. So if something bad has happened, if you hear a certain word or something happens, that's when your reptilian brain gets peaked, and it remembers back to that past experience and feels the same and thinks what you're thinking or whatever it may be. So reptilian brain, curious or attention. Now, the second part of the brain is the limbic brain. And what the limbic brain does is it is emotional, the emotional brain. And all sales are made in the limbic brain. All sales are made where there is emotion. So the last part of the brain is the neocortex. And what the neocortex is it is logic. So sales happen in the limbic brain, where the emotional part of the brain, but the limbic brain system needs permission from the neocortex with logic. So the neocortex justifies the emotion with logic. So sales happen here, but it needs permission from the neocortex to justify the sale. So the emotional part of the brain needs to be justified with logic. So I'm going to share two stories that kind of take you through each part of the brain and into a story. So first story, let's use, so let's say you're on a diet and you're in the grocery store and you just have your cart and you happen to be walking in the bakery section, and you kind of look over and you see these donuts, and they look really good, and the donuts pique your reptilian brain and get your attention. So you go take a closer look at these donuts, and you see the icing and how fresh they look, the chocolate donuts, and you start getting emotional. You picture yourself eating these donuts, you picture how good it would taste, how good you'd feel when you're eating these donuts, and now the sale's made. So your limbic brain your emotional limbic brain needs to be justified with logic from the neocortex. So you might be trying to justify this decision by saying, well, I can start my diet on Monday, or I haven't had a cheat meal in a while, or I ate a salad for lunch, or whatever it may be. Your neocortex is just justifying your emotion with logic. So that's one example. And another example I can use is, let's say you're driving down the road and you see a car dealership, and you turn and you look over, and this beautiful bright red car gets your attention. So your reptilian brain is now peaked. You pull into the dealership just to take a closer look, and you start getting emotional. You picture yourself in this car. You picture the salesperson starts telling you a little bit about the car and the benefits and the features, and you start getting emotional, picturing yourself driving the car, and you picture what your friends may think if you get that car, whatever it may be, and Now, the neocortex needs to justify with logic. So you start telling yourself, well, if I buy today, I get this, I get no interest, or I get warranty, or I get these speakers with the car, or I get these features if I buy it today. And you start justifying this emotion from the limbic system with logic from the neocortex, and you go home and you have a new car. You don't know how, but you got a new car. So that's just to understand why sales take place and why sales happen, and kind of, if you're trying to make a sale, leading your prospect through each. So start by taking the reptilian brain, get them emotional, and now you need to have them justify that emotion with logic. So if you found this video informative, if you got some value from this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a like, follow us, subscribe to us, and I'll see you in the next video.